Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of our amazing VR content and help us continue to grow and build our VR community. All last week I was in Las Vegas for CES 2025 and I had a chance to check out some really potentially groundbreaking tech for VR. One of the highlights of the show was definitely Pimax, a company that has definitely been innovating and pushing the boundaries of VR for years now. Pimax has always been known for their really high resolution and wide field of view headsets, and I think that with their latest innovations, they're set to make some really big waves in VR. While competing with giants like Meta and Sony, Pimax continues to offer serious alternatives for those looking for a next level immersive experience. While I was in Las Vegas, I had a chance to check out their latest headset and talk with some of the folks over at Pimax about where they feel like the industry is going and how they're adapting to it. So let's dive in and get into it. By the way, don't forget about the Quest 3 giveaway. You can check out the link in the description below on ways to enter. It's free to enter, and you get more entries for everything that you do. So far, we have 34,000 entries and only 15 days left. All right, let's get into the video.
Tell me about Pimax and what you guys are up to this year.
Sure. So Pimax, we've been making headsets for over 8 years now. So we're actually one of the oldest players in the VR space, and we've been making headsets primarily targeting high-end PC VR. So a lot of the customers that we have will be flight simmers, racing sims, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we've had a few products over the last years. I don't know if you're familiar with. We had like the wide FOV headsets.
Yes. Yep.
So those done quite well, and then we moved on to the Crystal series, which is more of a traditional form factor or traditional FOV, but we do have an upcoming headset that is super wide FOV again. But so we had the Crystal, which was kind of a hybrid headset, and then we trimmed that down to the Crystal Light. So that one's lighter weight, cheaper price. So that one's about $799 USD. So you've got 35 ppd. For reference, Valve Index be 14 ppd. It's either, I think it's 14, and then Quest 3 is 22 ppd. So that Crystal Light's a pretty big jump up. And Crystal Super is the next headset we're releasing, so it should be in the next 6 weeks or so. So that headset that headset is 57 ppd.
Oh,
the
wow.
base model. So it's a higher resolution than the Apple Vision Pro. I don't know if you know Vario, the Vario XR4.
Yep.
It's the same panels. I think it's the same panels. It's the same resolution anyway. So
Gotcha.
those two headsets be tied as the highest resolution headsets. Yeah, so that's the Crystal Super that's coming out. This chevron is RGB. You can change the color. That's the most important feature. Gotcha. It's probably the most unique feature of the Super, which might be of interest to yourselves if you're interested in like repairing headsets.
Yes, absolutely.
So it is modular.
Oh, really?
So we call this an optical engine. So it's the entire optical housing. So it's got active cooling in it, and the displays and the lenses are all within this unit. So there's three different units. So you can hold that if you want.
That's wild.
You can
That's
see
very light too.
It's just a connector inside, and then the front faceplate also removes. So you can install like a lighthouse tracking faceplate or a mixed reality faceplate. So the mixed reality one is still very much in development. The lighthouse one will come out a couple of months after launch.
No kidding.
So it's completely modular. If you notice, I'll show you the difference.
Yes, please.
So that's the micro OLED pancake lensed one. Then this is the QLED spheric lens.
Oh.
So you can see they're different lenses entirely.
Yeah.
And the micro OLED would be. So this is a higher FOV headset than most. So this base model with the 57 ppd, I think most people will comfortably get 120 degrees horizontal FOV. So I was testing it with Test HFD this morning. I got 118, but I wasn't trying to max it out.
Yeah.
So it'd be 120 is what I would say is comfortable for most people to realistically get. Some people might get more, some people might get less. I think it renders up to 128 at the moment. I'm not certain of that, but yeah. Then there's the 57 ppd QLED, then there's the 50 ppd QLED, which is obviously lower clarity, but it goes up to 135 degrees horizontal.
Really?
And yeah, so any questions or anything, that's kind of
I would imagine the barrier to entry on those things is cost. So
Yeah,
the more
of
money
course,
you're
yeah.
willing to spend, the better quality you're ready to get.
Yeah,
But you
yeah.
could kind of get in at a lower price point if you wanted to. If you wanted to have
Well,
Pimax, you could get in for
I
less.
suppose if you want to get in for less, the Crystal Light's the
Crystal
way
Light,
to go.
okay.
Because this unit, you'll be able to buy. You could buy it just with whatever optical engine you prefer, and then you can buy the other optical engines as add-ons later.
Sure.
Yeah.
How does this fit in here? Can I put this in
Yeah,
here?
yeah. So
It
it's just
slides?
I'll let you try it. I suppose. See
Yeah.
how you get on. It is a pre-production unit, so
Okay.
it's gonna be.
It's got a rail system.
Yeah, it just slides on basically. But I'll actually maybe just do it just for the
Yeah,
sake,
please.
But it's yeah. So you just line it up and then just slide it in. But like I said, this is pre-production, so
I see.
that should be kind of more flush, and then the faceplate also just clips in like that.
Ah.
So in terms of, I suppose you're probably interested in the repairability, I would imagine, or
Repairability and durability, really
yeah.
matters to people who watch our channel because
Of course, yeah.
they're usually on our channel because they broke something.
yeah, of course. So I guess the modularity does lend itself to, I guess, if something did happen and you managed to like break the entire lens and stuff, at least then, like most headsets traditionally, you're kind of done at that stage if the lens is gone, or you could try to donor one from another headset, I guess.
Correct, yeah.
But it's like, I suppose the tricky thing with that is a lot of them are factory calibrated to that lens specifically with that panel, so sometimes the barrel distortion can be off depending on that, so it can be tricky. But I suppose what's been your experience though? Have you like done fixing where you're just swapping out a lens or whatever?
Yeah, so on the Quest 2s, it's really easy because
that's
it's a
great.
single panel LCD that has
Okay.
sort of a housing on it, and then those Fresnel lenses just kind of sit inside the housing, and they're just heat
So you
sealed
never need
in
to
there.
worry about okay,
No,
that's
yeah,
good.
those just pop out.
Yeah.
But the Quest 3s with the pancake lenses and those LCDs, those are a bit more finicky. And then the Valve Indexes, those lens swaps are almost impossible. You just kind of replace the whole tube.
Yeah.
So
And I guess with Quest 3 and stuff, you're kind of just getting donor parts. They're not really selling parts
that's correct.
directly,
Yeah,
right?
Meta didn't really make those available.
Yeah. I think Pimax will probably be a lot more open to if people need parts specifically, but I can't say for sure about
that'd be
anything
really
like that.
exciting if they were.
Yeah.
So
But it's funny, internally we have a lot of discussions about repairability. Some people will say, there's so many screws on the, it's maybe better if there's like 0 screws on it and it's like perfect design. But then there's some screws in, but it's very high repairability.
Yeah.
I fixed it, also did the review for, I think it was the Crystal Light,
okay,
and it got, it was an 8 or 9 or something.
out of
I fixed it,
repairability.
yeah. Whereas VR headset usually score very low.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Like the Meta Quest Pro is an amazing device, extremely hard to repair.
Very hard to
Yeah.
repair the Quest Pros.
Yeah.
So a lot of glue in those things. I
Yeah,
found
yeah.
it's all
We do
adhesive.
have glue in here.
Okay.
It's just tracker ring. I think that's the only part that is glued because there's infrared emitters.
I see.
But it's glued because you cannot really repair that anyway.
Yeah.
They have to be calibrated in the factory.
I see. Does this pop off? Is that like a battery compartment, or these are rechargeable somehow?
Rechargeable.
They are rechargeable somehow.
Yeah.
And then, but if I wanted to take this ring off, this is 2 panels, or it's one panel that kind of comes off as one unit.
Yeah, one panel. But
One panel.
This is not really repairable. Could be 2. This is not really repairable.
It reminds me a lot of the Rift S controller, and those were really difficult to repair. The Quest 2 controllers were much easier to repair because they just disassembled into more parts, and the plastic panels came apart. But on the Rift S controllers, this housing was just like one factory form molded housing, and it was very difficult to get off for our customers.
Yeah.
So it's got internal pins that charge, or it's contact.
No,
I don't see any pins.
USB-C.
Oh, it's got USB-C
Yeah.
on the bottom.
Yeah.
Just totally overlooked that. That's very cool. Okay, easy.
Yeah, so
Easy
this will
then.
be the only difficult part to repair because
Yeah.
it needs to be calibrated in the factory.
I see.
The infrared. We do have a teardown video on YouTube
Yeah.
of the Crystal. It's almost the same headset as the Crystal Light,
Yeah.
and I think we're gonna do a teardown of the Super as well.
That'd be
Show the
very cool.
internals and explain how we designed it.
Yeah. When I talk to my audience, the people in my audience, the Pimax just doesn't seem to have the same like market penetration in the United States that some of the other headsets do. Is Pimax kind of making moves or got plans for the new headsets to kind of assist with the market penetration?
the same as with what other brand, because I think Meta is just so much widespread.
Yes.
And then there's the PC VR market, which is now it's a market within a market.
Yes.
I think we just focus on the PC VR market, like the wired. We had the Crystal, I think it's 2 years ago now.
Yeah.
With wired and standalone mode. I think with the Crystal Light we've gone back to our core strength, just wired PC VR.
Yeah.
So that's really what we excel at. And then the same with the Super, and then even the Dream Air, even though it's going to be a smaller headset, it's still going to be wired.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So, is it okay if I try it? Could I try one?
Sure. Just give me a couple minutes. I'm just
Yeah,
going to
of
reset
course.
this dog's died. So.
Okay, I'm ready. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so you can see everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just going to pop you into a different.
The colors are just great. How was it? It was great. Yeah, it's great. The colors are really amazing.
It's a little wide.
Okay.
So actually, no, it's okay.
We're gonna get out
Okay. Yeah.
because we the panels we tilted them a little bit more. I see. They're already tilted, and then we chose to tilt them a little bit more last month to not to increase the FOV.
Yeah, no, it's good.
Zero overlap.
I see.
But then we have to redo those distortion.
This unit's not gone to market yet, though, right?
So it's the hardware. I would say 99% final.
Gotcha.
The software, I don't know how much percent.
There's multiple types of speakers you can have.
Oh, really?
So we actually have an option it's the exact same drivers that are in the index. So you
Okay.
can have that same off here.
People love those speakers.
Yeah, no, they're brilliant.
It's It's been 5 years, and people still talk about the Valve Index speakers,
yeah.
like, and the speakers on the G2 Reverb. People
Yeah,
love those speakers.
they're the same.
They're the
again,
same,
so,
yeah. So, what'd you think?
It's pretty clear.
Yeah.
I don't know that I can go back.
Yeah, no, that,
We've done, what was it, 8K or 4K? The OLED.
oh,
Yeah,
Mega
over there.
Next, yeah,
displays. Man, I don't know that I can go back on something
Yeah.
else.
Yeah.
Man, it's so clean.
Yeah.
Jump in
no,
on
it
the
is
Quest
tough.
3 tonight. And,
Yeah.
yeah,
I'll be
just
like, I don't
compare.
know why I
Like,
don't
oh,
wanna
it's
do
garbage.
that. Cool beans.
Cool, gentlemen.
Oh, yeah.
I really appreciate both your time.
Yeah,
Thank
no,
you for taking the
absolutely.
time to
No,
talk
thanks
to
for
us.
coming over to us.
Yeah, is there anything else that you'd like my audience to know about the Pimax?
I suppose repairability is always something that's, I think, user feedback drives those decisions. So
Yeah.
if people have headsets and they have concerns, let us know. And that's something we can hopefully address.
Yeah,
Yeah.
excellent.
Yeah, you're even a good example because to be honest, I think repairability is not even the main reason that the repairability is so high. It's more the modularity.
Yes.
Yeah, you can have Lighthouse, you can have Swap the Optical Engine,
Yeah.
give users a choice. As a side effect, you also have the repairability, but like Sean is also 3D printing
Oh, yeah.
stuff, and a lot of users, you see some really cool creations of multiple headsets together.
Yeah.
That's actually an important point was Pimax are probably one of the only companies I know of that, like when I was just still like regular consumer buying the headsets, I requested like, can I get the CAD files for the housing because I wanted to make my own faceplate, and they just sent on the CAD file, with the exact dimensions and everything, which
Really?
a lot of companies would be
Yeah, we're
quite
on
restricted.
principles.
Yeah, no, that was awesome. I thought.
I'm really excited about the modularity component of it, and I'd love to have one on the channel and just kind of show everybody what it's about. So, cool. Well, thank you, gentlemen. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Pleasure.
Yeah, thank you
Cheers.
for your time.
Thanks.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Keep up
Yeah.
the good work.
Yeah. Based on conversations with folks today at Pimax, it really seems like not only do they know that their target audience is PCVR users, but they know how to appeal to them with the modular designs. The modular designs seem really exciting because for the longest time, VR's been a closed circuit system. The Meta products, Sony products, and HTC products, you got what you got, and there wasn't any way to upgrade or change things out. What if I wanted a Quest 2 with a better processor? What if I wanted a Quest 3 with better lenses? What if I wanted a Quest 3S with pancake lenses instead of this or that? What if I wanted the Valve Index with these speakers instead of those speakers? The VR market's just never really competed or played in that sort of sandbox. So maybe Pimax is opening the door on some something that could change the VR industry forever. If you could go out and pick up a Pimax headset with low specs and then increase those specs later on as your gaming needs change, or change those specs as your use for VR changed, maybe that opens up VR to a much wider community. It was great talking to him, and I'm really excited to get my hands on one.
Pimax has always been known for their that P is really hard. It's like, I don't want to say it pa too hard.
Right. Just let me say hard in the video.
Yeah. Pimax has always been known. I did it again. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of Don't miss out on any of
I like the energy. The energy
Yeah.
is great.
Kinda.
Energy's great.